After finding Shen Li on the beach, Xing pretended to be a fisherman to take care of Shen Li. He put aside all the responsibilities of an immortal and cherished every moment with Shen Li. Shen Li did not recover her sight for 3 consecutive days. Before that, she was in prison and chained up anyway. It didn't matter whether she saw or heard it or not, but now she was outside, in a strange place. She must quickly understand the surrounding situation. Where is this? Is it safe or not? How far is it from the spirit realm? How far is it from where she escaped? Most importantly, she wants to know who saved her. There was a sound of footsteps coming from outside. Shen Li opened his eyes. His eyes were still dark. She couldn't move. At this moment, she was like a disabled person, able to only lie on the bed and wait for others to serve her. This made her feel extremely depressed. There was a soft sound coming. This person's movements were very light. Shen Li smelled the smell of food. It must be time to eat, she said unconsciously. I don't know if it's noon or night. She didn't intend to ask anyone to answer, but the sound of rummaging through things on the other side suddenly stopped, and a hoarse male voice said, "Noon." This sound was extremely unfamiliar. Shen Li was stunned for a moment. She just realized that she could hear it today, so she continued to ask, "Where is here?" "Coast." He paused, then added, "East Coast." In the following days, Shen Li was meticulously cared for by this person. Although all of her powers were gone and her senses sometimes came and went, Shen Li's health had recovered a lot. One day, after a dreamy sleep, Shen Li woke up and her vision had recovered. She accidentally saw a person sitting in a chair next to the table, one hand resting on his head, sleeping soundly. His big white shirt spread to the ground. In the backlight, he was beautiful beyond words. Why, is there any fisherman so beautiful? Shen Li momentarily didn't know what expression she should have, but after being stunned for a long time, she secretly raised the corners of her lips and laughed. Xingzia. After thinking for a long time, Shen Li closed her eyes again, as if she had never seen Xingzi at this time, as if her dream just now was still continuing. Before Shen Li's wound heels, is it possible for her to no longer be King Lord? She was just a Shen Li. She was picked up on the sandy beach by a fisherman with a quiet, hoarse voice and brought home, then lived peacefully in this human realm. Shen Li heard the slow footsteps of Xingzi cooking water outside. Guessing it was time for him to finish cooking the water, Shen Li said, "I can see it today. I didn't expect a fisherman like you to have such a neatly decorated house." The white robe passed through the door. The figure immediately hid to the side. Shen Li heard a clinking sound from the glass. Probably the person outside had knocked over the water basin in panic and was now standing, very confused. Shen Li waited for a while outside, and there was no sound, but she could imagine Xingzi's frown, shaking his head and smiling bitterly. Shen Li tilted her head, curled her lips, and before she was happy enough, there were footsteps coming in. Shen Li turned his head to look, but saw a dark young man wearing a rough cloth shirt, exactly like a fisherman who fished by the sea all year round. Shen Li blinked, hearing him use his usual hoarse voice. "Speak, can you see it?" Shen Li looked at him from top to bottom. "My 5 senses are sometimes broken. Today my senses of taste, smell, touch, and touch are all broken, but being able to say I can hear and see is a lucky day." The young man frowned slightly. "Why is that?" "I don't know the specific reason. Anyway, there's no other way now. Let's just do it for now." Shen Li looked into his eyes and said, "Thank you. I really bothered you." Shen Li shouldn't have continued to bother you. "But now, still can't walk. I still have to ask you to take care of me for a few days." Shen Li, sitting on the bed, continued to ask, "What's your name?" The other person's expression was a bit hazy. "My surname is Yu. My name is Only." Shen Li continued, "Maybe the name only has one word, Fu. It's not a name with just one word, Yi." Shen Li seemed to know immortal. "You really have a lot of tricks."